1, 2, 3, 4. Mike and John got it going on. Mike and John got it going on. Mike and John got it going on. Mike and John got it going on.
I hope you're proud of yourself.
I'm not, not proud of myself.
Look at. We have a lot of ladies.
Yeah.
The majority of our fans are women.
I understand that.
And what's the first thing you do when you see a picture of a guy showing it off? You put it on our Facebook.
I shared it. Yeah.
Now, was that the smartest thing you've ever done?
What, is it the smartest thing I've ever done? No.
Was it?
Do I regret it? Not really. I think it was an interesting commentary on the state of media today. That picture. Hey, I didn't take the picture, by the way.
No, you did.
That
You
was a picture of the sports page of the local paper. I mean, they printed up thousands of copies of this, most of which went into the garbage. But nonetheless,
There's a lot of bonfires.
thousands of copies of this that went out. And if you look in the picture in the upper left corner, it's the guy on top of the locker.
Letting it all hang out, as they
showing
say.
off his trophy. And
he came in. He was like third place. Maybe it was a participation trophy.
So a bit of a scandal yesterday on the Facebook. By the way, welcome to Mike and John Got It Going On.
Yeah. That guy don't got it going on.
Yeah.
He had it all.
Well,
and out.
Oh, he had it on. He had a
shame on him.
Yeah.
And shame on you.
Shame
on you.
People very upset.
It's unexactable
Upset.
that you would do such a thing.
Very upset.
So, let me ask you this.
Okay. Just call me Andrew Dice King. Hickory dickory dock.
Sure, you had to throw dickory in there, didn't you? So, how often have you walked around without any pants on, sitting on top of a locker or bleachers or whatever the heck he's sitting
It was a locker.
in a locker. So you're in a locker room.
Look,
okay, you're in a locker room. All right, so that kind of puts it into perspective.
Yeah.
But still,
it was purposeful. I don't think that. I mean, my humble opinion. If you look at the whoever this individual was, and by the way, whoever this college athlete was. Okay,
Yeah.
so there was some. It's a high school. No, it's not a high school. It's a college athlete.
Yeah.
Whoever this individual was, in my mind, I think that there's enough evidence to suggest this was not some accident. It wasn't as if he was caught changing at his locker. He's sitting on top of the locker with his shorts pulled down. Okay, so I'm like, okay,
maybe that's how they have casual conversations.
while they're taking pictures of of the trophy being held and
Right.
So
Congratulations, whoever this guy is with the trophy, because everybody's attention's on
he's
everything else.
a Brighton athlete.
Yeah, I know.
And it
still.
does detract from, and the whole point of the story was that this Brighton athlete's part of this NCAA winning team, and
Sure.
I agree, it detracts from his moment, and that's a shame. But
look at the other guy behind him. Then,
there's a lot going on in this picture.
Looking at him, it's like
There's
that
a
should have been
lot
mine.
going on in this picture. Okay, so look, you buy the ticket, you take the ride. All right.
Is that how that goes?
So
I
if
see.
you're in a locker room and you pull your pants down while they're taking pictures, guess what? There's a chance you might get caught on camera with your pants down.
There's a chance.
Just a chance, So I will say this though, and there was a lot of commentary.
You should
back
apologize,
and forth.
will you, for your juvenile behavior? This show is better
Why
than
start now?
This show is better than that.
Yeah, is it though?
What would our banker say? What would our banker say?
When we get a banker, we'll find out. So I will just say, of all the comments, the one thing that the one comment that was made that I was like, all right, that is actually a good point. Somebody did say, they said, if this was the picture of a girl, would you have done the same thing? And I thought for a second, I was like, okay, that's a legitimate criticism. It is a legitimate thing to go, well, would have I? And I thought about it, and I'm like, I probably wouldn't have. So
I'm glad you said
but
that.
what does that say? I think that opens up a whole different avenue of a discussion.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
So what this is saying is
About-
you like showing pictures of
about-
guys with their, and if it was a girl with their hair.
My intent in posting the picture was, I think it was honestly to show as an example of Gannett and the fact that they had this benign neglect of their properties, including the Livingston, Daily Press and
Wait a
Argus.
minute. Then one might say, what about the Gigo team who didn't put the smiley face on until after?
I put the smiley face on it afterwards to calm people down. Calm down.
Maybe you should have put it on beforehand.
Calm down.
All right. That's enough. All right. Show's over. Let's go.
That was a show.
Oh, we have Gigo
okay.
news. Yes.
So, do you want to beat me mercilessly on camera? Will that make people feel better?
When you come to the summer splash bash, feel free to whack John upside the head.
Okay, sure.
But don't hurt him because we will have
With
lawyers
your
on.
hand.
So,
Keep everything else covered.
we'll have the answer to last night's trivia question, although I don't know if anybody answered it because they were too busy looking at the picture. We'll get to that in just a little bit. Also coming up today, the great Bonnie Runyon, and we'll talk with Rhonda from Torch 180.
Yeah.
And are they in the news today?
They are in the news.
Okay, I thought they might be.
Yeah.
News brought to you by our friends at Cooper and Binkley Jewelers in downtown Brighton.
All right, here's what's going on. An innovative partnership between state agencies and a local nonprofit will provide paid internships for culinary students. At a ceremony Thursday at Torch 180 in Fowlerville, 3 students of the culinary training program were made apprentices through the U.S. Department of Labor's Office of Apprenticeship. The Apprenticeship for Professional Cook is sponsored by Michigan Career Technical Institute, or MCTI, which is located in Plainwell, Michigan. MCTI's Brian Smith called the agreement historic and groundbreaking and noted that the event drew a solid turnout, including a representative from Congresswoman Alyssa Slotkin's office, who presented a certificate of special congressional recognition to each student. Torch 180 co-founder Rhonda Callahan signed the employer agreement to provide a competency-based professional cook registered apprentice program sponsored by MCTI. The two will work together to abide by the U.S. Department of Labor rules in terms of the apprenticeships. The 3 students, Blake Clay, Sean Gillespie, and Vikram Dursey, then each signed their official application. And we'll be talking with Callahan coming up later on today's podcast. Also, we'll be talking with Brian Smith from MCTI on Monday's program. A judge Thursday postponed a murder trial till January in the case of a teenager accused of killing 4 fellow students and wounding others at Oxford High School. Lawyers for Ethan Crumbley said a September trial date wouldn't leave enough time to go through evidence and prepare. The Oakland County Prosecutor's Office did not object. Judge Kwame Rowe set a January 17th trial date. The 16-year-old Crumbley is charged with murder and other crimes in the November shooting. Earlier that day, his parents were summoned to discuss the boy's disturbing drawings on a math assignment, but they declined to take him home. James and Jennifer Crumbley are charged with involuntary manslaughter. They're accused of making the gun accessible to their son and then failing to get him help after he showed obvious signs of mental distress. Their trial is set for October 24th. The couple's attorneys deny the allegations. And authorities are investigating whether a 37-year-old man charged with exposing himself in Washtenaw County last weekend is connected to other crimes. Isaiah Hopkins, who's lodged in the Washtenaw County Jail on a $50,000 bond, was arrested Sunday after a woman who was walking along the border-to-border trail in Dexter Township said a man suddenly came up behind her, exposed himself, and then attempted to prevent her from leaving. After fleeing the area, the woman called 911. They provided a description of the suspect to the dispatcher. No. Based on that description, deputies quickly located the suspect and took him into custody. Authorities say during the investigation, information tying the suspect to several previous indecent exposure cases and Dexter area home invasions was discovered. Hopkins is charged with a single count of aggravated indecent exposure. He's due back in court for a probable cause conference June 30th. And that's what's going on.
Maybe the guy in the picture was
It's not
related.
the guy in the picture.
It's not Hopkins?
No, I don't know.
Hopkins?
I don't think it was Hopkins. I don't believe so.
All right. News brought to you by Cooper and Binkley Jewelers in downtown Brighton. Mark and Barb Binkley pride themselves on offering something special for everyone, and they recognize that customer satisfaction is the sole purpose of their business, offering a unique mix of exceptional jewelry, value, all in a warm, engaging environment. So if you're in the market for something custom designed, they can take care of you. Something reimagined from your jewelry box, or something special from Simon G. or Zagani. Cooper and Binkley Jewelers in downtown Brighton. Your first and last stop for that perfect gift and one-of-a-kind keepsake. Stop and see them today, Cooper and Binkley Jewelers in downtown Brighton, and online at cooperandbinkleyjewelers.com.
All right. Our trivia question.
Yeah? Oh yeah, the trivia question.
Yes.
That was asked last night.
It
Thursday
was
night trivia.
It was asked last
All
night.
right.
It was a diversion to try and okay, let's calm
like,
down.
I was like, okay, how am I going
Let's
to
talk about something different.
And the answer.
And
had
what was
nothing
your
to do with-
question?
Recent studies found job applicants' chances of getting hired go up by 10% if they have this.
And I thought, okay, is he trying to stoke the fires with this question?
No.
Okay.
No. If they have this, there was some, and want to know what it is.
Right. So this
So
boosts your chances of getting hired by 10%.
If you have this,
Right.
male or female.
Okay.
Okay. First name that isn't obviously female. Somebody said.
So
if
we live
you
in
look
a
like Pats-
sexist world.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Interest in the company or organization, showing a little bit of, hey, I know what this place is all about. Which, when we were hiring for our account executive position, there was some people that had some really great research. No?
Oh.
Okay. Degree or
Sure.
a degree or
What's a
master's degree.
podcast? Okay, thanks.
High school diploma, their own transportation. That does usually help when
Yes.
you're looking for a job.
When you ask the boss, hey, can you give me a ride?
I hitchhike everywhere I go. A watch on. That's a pretty good guess. I didn't really think of that. That would show like, hey,
Right.
I know how to be on time.
Right.
If my battery's working. All of their teeth.
Well,
A pen. I never really thought of that, but that is a pretty good answer.
if you come
'cause
prepared with a
I'm
pen.
ready to sign.
Right.
You have your own pen.
I think you need more than just a pen, though. You need a pen and like a folder.
Oh, a folder too?
You know, like with paper. And
Well, yeah,
like you
like
could
you're-
take notes. You're not going to, but
just
you
say-
could if you needed to.
You're opening up your
I'm ready to
decision.
take notes, boss. Whatever. It's like, you know.
Even though you're
Okay,
just interviewing.
we
for
just
the
need
job.
you to drop fries, but that's okay.
A resume.
You want to take notes? That's okay.
A middle initial. Does that make you sound a little bit more
Sure.
important sometimes?
Sure.
Like you're something?
Sherman T. Potter.
See?
Yeah.
Has, you know.
Right.
And then it always makes you wonder sometimes when people have that middle initial in their name. You're like, I wonder what that stands for.
Right.
You know, so if I'm interviewing somebody, I'm thinking, you know, it's like Jonathan T. King. Like, what's the T stand for? Well, thank goodness it's not a D. 'Cause
Jonathan. It's Dice King. Hello.
Dice King.
I'm obviously the new profane
Whoa!
bad boy of podcasting.
Another thing that somebody suggested: a phone number. If you have a phone number, you have a 10% greater chance of being hired. That's a great guess.
Well,
How else are we going to get a hold of you?
just Snapchat me. Thanks.
But the answer was white teeth.
White?
If you have clean teeth,
Yeah, okay,
white
yeah.
teeth. You don't have crap hanging out of your teeth.
That helps,
You know, if
yeah.
you have yellowing teeth, I guess
Right.
it's a lot. So brush your teeth before.
Well, yeah, that
Maybe
you
do
want to
a
have.
little,
I agree. But some people they bleach their teeth or whatever, and they're so white,
Kind of like Ross did on Friends.
naturally white. Where you're like,
Unnaturally white, yeah, glowing teeth.
okay, well, I get it.
So that's that was the answer. White
Right,
teeth.
all right.
10%
White new
chance,
teeth.
so- Well, you don't
Brush
have
your
to.
teeth, you pigs.
Yeah. Let me.
All right, you're back on the picture.
No, the athlete, his teeth were pretty clean. I couldn't tell on the other guy.
The other guy.
He was smiling, but.
Well, you didn't see his face. I don't know what you thought was smiling.
It's the mystic. Well, you put a smiley face on. The
Well,
spot.
yes, I see. Yes,
All
yes,
right.
that was a little boo-boo sticker.
Yes. Woo. All right.
All right, it's time to call Bonnie Runyon.
It is.
Yeah,
The great Bonnie Runyon.
the great Bonnie Runyon.
Let's see.
You're not gonna tell Bonnie, are you?
No, I'm not.
You're not gonna tell her.
She probably
Don't
knows.
tell Bonnie.
You know what? If
I don't
I
want.
bet
I don't
she
want
knows.
Bonnie to be disappointed in me.
What if she knows?
You know, Bonnie's one of the only people that could shame me. That's
Yeah.
saying a lot.
I don't think we usually call Bonnie this early, but maybe
No,
she's
it's
away.
7:00.
All right.
Good morning.
Good morning. It is early.
Yeah.
Oh.
I see. We were a little early. I was trying to tell John it's a little early. Today.
I thought we called you normally at 7. Don't we call you at 7?
She's 7:15.
Oh.
She's 7:15, Bonnie.
It's between.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whenever we decide to call.
Whatever it is, I'm ready.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good morning.
And a good morning to you guys.
Yeah.
So, Bonnie, we meant to ask you: are you planning on coming to our Splash Bash?
Okay.
Our splash party?
My husband had his favorite saying when somebody asked a stupid question. Does a bear shit in the woods?
Well, I feel Oh! Well, Bonnie's on it today.
As far as I don't know, I've never stepped in any that I know of.
Have memory.
I would imagine a bear will go wherever it needs
Yes,
to go.
a bear will go. Yes, that's
And
fine.
Who's going to argue with him?
So I'm guessing you're saying that, yes, you will be at our summer splash party July 9th.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so.
Now we are going to show the movie Splash.
Yes.
Have you seen that?
I don't remember.
It was back in 1984, I
Right.
think it came out. With
Tom Hanks
and John Candy, Dan Aykroyd.
Daryl Hannah, she played a mermaid.
And there's a thing going on, and I guess this has been going on for a few years, but it's picked back up. Mermaiding. Have you heard of this fad?
No.
Where people will actually buy
Right.
fishtails, rubber fishtails that they can attach to their bodies and become a mermaid.
Right. It covers up their legs.
Yeah. So they could swim
and
without
they-
kicking their legs. They just
Right,
have
they-
to move their
they
lower
kinda-
body. We're both doing it. Like we have a fin on.
This doesn't look right at all. So,
Not at all.
but I mean, when you were, I mean, I think it's part of like playing. I guess
Role playing.
role playing,
Yeah.
right?
And-
Like pretending you're a mermaid.
And if you got a group of friends together that are co-mermaiders, then you're called a pod.
Oh,
Just like this podcast.
I did
so
not know
all of
that.
this is so
Okay.
oddly coming together where we're showing Splash
Right.
about a guy who falls
Wow.
in love with a mermaid. Mermaiding is big, and it's a pod.
we should
is
put the
how-
word out if there's any local mermaids
Yeah.
that would like to join us July 9th at the Historic Hall Theater. We'd love to
Because
have you.
it is free.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's a free movie, right? Thank you,
Price
Bonnie.
is right. It's
Yeah.
perfect for seniors on a budget.
Exactly.
And everybody on a budget.
Well, yeah.
Everybody on a budget. Boy,
Right.
today's world between food and gas.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, you got to be on a budget.
Hey,
you don't see what do you need those things? I mean, come on. Food and gas.
I don't need those.
Yeah, I
things.
didn't think so. Who needs that?
So you don't have any Jiff at your place?
I don't know if you understand. Bonnie, Mike is having a Jiff crisis. He can't find
The
Jiff.
thing is, I haven't run out yet,
Yeah.
but I'm running low. I bought it one time. I bought this. It was Jiff, like no sugar added or something like that, and I was like, all right, I'll try this because there's no sugar in it, and I haven't opened it yet. So that's what I've got as my severe backup. It's kind of like when you buy no brand because your good stuff is out.
Okay. Now,
Yeah.
if I knew where you lived, I would bring you the best jar of peanut butter you've ever ate in your life.
Is it Jiff?
Is it Jiff?
Hell no.
I'm a choosy mother, Bonnie.
Bonnie, your mouth this morning.
But, well, yeah.
Well, what kind of peanut butter is it?
It is Kroger's Honey Creamy, which I know one of you like crunchy. They do have Honey Crunchy.
Yeah.
It's got a yellow cap.
Right.
And I'm here to tell you, I'm willing to bet you that if I can get this to you, or you can go to Kroger's and buy it,
Yeah.
you'll forget Jiff.
No, I can't have honey in my peanut butter. I really can't. It's just
not going to happen,
yeah.
Bonnie.
No, nothing.
I, on the other hand,
No,
I
just-
will try it. It sounds
Not
delicious.
against honey.
Nothing. I just don't want it in my peanut butter. It's like I love chocolate and I love peanut butter, but I won't eat Reese's.
Look, Bonnie,
It's weird. I know.
You've raised a family.
Yeah.
With your kid, did you have a kid who the peas couldn't touch the mashed potatoes, couldn't touch the chicken?
Did you have a kid who wouldn't allow the peas on their plate?
Yeah.
That was me.
Wasn't allowed. But I will tell you this. I mean, I hear you with the honey and the peanut butter,
Yeah.
but I do not. I love cheese and I love hamburger, but don't never feed me a cheeseburger.
Yeah. I'm with you there.
Okay. So we each
See?
have our own
Yeah.
thing. We each have our own
All
thing.
right then.
Yeah.
So don't be a honey pusher on me here now.
All right. See, for instance, I don't want peanut butter on my hamburger.
No, that's never thought of that. Now I do like peanut butter and potato chip sandwiches. I haven't done that in a long time, but that add a little crunch to it.
You say so.
Well, there you go.
I suppose if I had, if Jiff goes out of business or something, if I had to, I would get like some Ruffles and use the other brands of peanut butter to cover up using the chips.
Okay.
So what's new with you now that we've got that out there?
John says he's willing to try my peanut butter.
I will try it.
Bring it to the
Because
splash.
I'm adventurous.
Yeah, he's
you don't
crazy.
get this kind of body by being choosy. I'm not very select.
No.
Well, I can eat that? I will.
That can fit my mouth.
Okay, now you're going to hear some words of wisdom that ain't swearing.
Okay,
All right.
good.
I think everybody needs some extra pounds and inches on their body.
All right,
Okay.
then.
Because you never know when you're going to need. And when you go into something drastic, healthy, unhealthy, sick, it don't do you any good to go in there skinny as a rail.
That's right.
All right.
What if your plane crashes in the Andes? And then you have to eat your team members. That's not good.
Where?
Did you ever see the movie Alive?
Hey, we've moved past the Splash movie.
Right. That's going to be a separate movie night.
I'll probably not be feeling good that night. All right. Are you doing anything exciting this weekend, Bonnie? Are you going to Balloon Fest or anything?
Yeah.
I get to go to a graduation.
Oh.
opening.
Oh,
All right.
who's graduating?
Oh, a wonderful family. I mean, they're like grandsons.
Oh.
Alec Barron is graduate. He's graduated, and is there an open house tomorrow?
All right. We'll give them our best.
I will.
All right. Well, it's as always, Bonnie. It's been enlightening chatting with you.
Yes, of course.
And mark your calendar for our big splash party because we want to see you there. And if you know anybody that's a mermaid,
Right.
bring them along with you.
I have a question.
Yeah.
No, never mind. I'm not going to ask this because you tell me no, I can't. And I'm going to anyway.
Well, I don't know that we would ever tell you no, Bonnie.
Yeah. Because you're gonna anyways. Well, you might as well.
Yeah.
Now you might as well spill the beans.
You might as well ask, yeah.
I'm going to park in the newspaper parking lot.
Oh, for the
You
movie.
just you just gave away.
Now
all the
everyone's gonna
secrets. All right. You can park there.
I'll be there early enough that I don't have to worry about all the spots
right.
being
Oh,
taken.
No,
we'll,
no.
we'll make sure you get in the door.
Yeah.
You can even have a ride up to the door. We'll make sure you get in, and somebody can park the car for you.
Oh, there you
Yeah.
go.
Now we don't have valet,
Right.
but
No.
if anybody's volunteer, you know what? If you want to volunteer to be the valet and earn some money,
And if
go
you're
for
a
it.
mermaid, even better.
There you go.
If you're a mermaid and want to be a valet, we'll set you up.
All right, Bonnie. We'll chat with you next week.
Thank you, and it
All right.
sounds like fun. I can't wait.
Oh, good.
All
We're
right.
looking forward
See
to
you
it.
soon.
Thanks, Bonnie.
All right. Yeah.
I just like the picture of somebody in a mermaid tail coming out to park your car. Can you work the pedals?
Is that a stick? I hope not. All right. So, mark it on your calendar. July 9th
Yes.
for the Mike and John splash party. Are we going to reveal the gear?
Yes, we said we were. Thank you for remembering. There's been so much that's happened.
You
know?
had other things on your
Well,
mind.
and then Bonnie, foul mouth Bonnie, coming on the show.
It did throw us for a bit of a loop.
I was
there.
like, okay, I feel
Yeah.
better
you,
now.
You really don't have. You really don't picture your 80-year-old
You know
grandma
what?
dropping the S
But
bomb.
that's the thing. We've said this.
She's
plain
authentic.
spoken and authentic. She says what
Right.
she means.
Yes, she
means
does.
what she says. She's
And-
Popeye the Sailor Man.
And we're not really sure if a bear does that in the woods, but I'm going to
Well,
guess
I
that
think
the bear
yeah.
does.
Just,
And he likes Charmin.
that's nice.
So,
Yes.
what do you think of the color of my shirt, John?
It's almost right.
Almost right.
Almost
If I
right.
faded a little?
A little bit.
Deeper?
I was thinking more of like a heathered
Ooh, a heathered. I got a heather.
turquoise blue.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Heather
That's what
turquoise?
it's called here.
Right there with
Yeah.
the Mike and John splash party.
Right.
Collectible.
These are the shirts that we're going to be giving out on our splash party July 9th. First 100 people in the door will get one for free.
Well, maybe 99 because we got to save one for Bonnie in case she's not first
Well,
in
yeah.
line. But she'll probably be there about 4 in the afternoon.
we printed up a couple extra.
Oh, we did. Okay.
Um,
We're good to go.
yeah, we're good to go. But so the first 100, people,
Or mermaids.
people or mermaids, yeah.
Yeah. Bonus prize
right.
for mermaids.
Right. That show up, they will get a free shirt. It's a beautiful shirt here. And
They'll be handed a raffle ticket
right,
as well.
like a 50-50 ticket.
Yeah.
You hold on. We
You
keep
don't have to
one.
pay for it.
You keep one, right? And everybody who shows up that night will get that. All right.
Exactly.
And at the end of the movie, Cooper and Binkley Jewelers will raffle off some beautiful bracelets.
We're not going to raffle. We're just
Or
giving them
not
away.
raffle.
We'll draw
I
a
say
winner.
raffle. Right. We'll draw a winner.
We'll draw from the tickets that you are given at the
No purchase necessary. So again, first 100 people through the door get the lovely T-shirt.
And
Also, the TPCFL card from Firehouse Doors. All right, that's 10% off all your Firehouse Doors needs for life.
True that.
And
You know,
the
Firehouse
phrase
Doors is...
the phrase is true dat. By the way,
Isn't that what I said?
you said true dat. Supposed to say true.
I
dat.
like proper English.
True dat.
I have never written that.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
Except for when digital audio tape,
that's
when that
all
was a
different
thing for
time.
about a week.
About a week, yeah.
All right. So, by the way, Firehouse Doors, they're looking for people who want to work.
Right.
They're expanding because of all the popularity of this podcast, by the way. We'll take credit, won't we?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, we'll go with that. But they are expanding.
That's right.
They need some help.
They want you.
And you. And you.
Right. Join their hard-working, growing, expanding team. They're looking for an individual who has good mechanical aptitude, and they will start you at $20 an hour.
18 if you don't know what aptitude stands for or means.
And with room for rapid advancement. So if you'd like to be a part of one of the most well-regarded small businesses in Livingston County, Firehouse Doors is the place. Contact them today. You can email firehousedoor@yahoo.com or text or call 810-599-7480. Firehouse Doors serving Livingston County residents for the past 24 years. And, of course, they are your only authorized distributor for CHI overhead doors in Livingston County.
And just think, if you get this job, go on LinkedIn. You say that you just started at Firehouse Doors, and people are going to associate you with this podcast.
I don't know that that's going to
You'll
help.
gain-
I don't know that that'll help.
Well, you don't have to.
You don't.
You don't have to put that on LinkedIn.
You know, it's up to you. I guess what kind of job you're looking for.
You might get more people wanting to.
That's true.
Tie into
You know,
your
I have to
network.
be more positive.
Yeah, you do.
I'm way too negative.
That's true.
Negative nanny. So anyway, Firehouse Doors.
Let's do the 2-cent history.
Let's do that 2-cent
Today
history lesson.
is Friday, June 24th. Today is National Pralines Day.
Yeah.
Praline sounds like a southern name.
What is it? Is it an?
It's kind isn't it like a Fig Newton?
Is it? Yeah.
That's what I think of when I think of pralines.
I want to say.
Yeah. We're going down to have some tea and pralines.
Come on down.
We're going to sit
Just-
on the courthouse
Just a
lawn.
little bit of pralines, not a whole
Yeah,
lot.
extend your pinky and eat your pralines. there.
It is a form of confection containing, at a minimum, culinary nuts.
Culinary nut.
Culinary nuts.
He's got
Usually,
that's what we should nickname the guy in the corner. He's a culinary nut.
Hey, you culinary nut. It's usually almonds, pecans, and hazelnuts mixed together with sugar.
Well, I wouldn't eat that.
No, we don't.
I don't even like crunchy peanut butter. It's also Swim a Lap Day.
Yeah.
Swim a Lap Day. Swimming good for you. Good day to swim in the pool. Or anywhere else. 1923 on this date, one H.B. Reese. H.B. Reese invented the peanut butter cup.
Now,
Hey, you got chocolate in my peanut
did he
butter.
run into somebody in the hallway while they were holding chocolate and he had a thing of peanut butter?
You got peanut butter on my chocolate.
Yeah.
You got chocolate in my peanut butter.
You know, I saw they sell those sleeves now. You know,
Yeah.
Reese only come with 2. The normal package has 2.
Right.
All right. And then I saw, Mom, okay, they sell them with 4.
Now
I
you
saw
just
one
get a
with
12
I
pack.
think I saw one with 20.
Yeah.
And it was like this long. I'm like, what the hell?
You got to strap it on the roof of your car.
I'm like,
for the ride
okay.
home.
I'm just having just one package.
1947 on this date, private pilot Kenneth Arnold, not to be confused with Kevin Arnold,
No.
was flying in Washington and reported the first modern-day UFO sighting as 9 silvery discs appeared out of nowhere, he said.
Where did they come from?
Shortly afterwards, a reporter in Pendleton, Oregon, wrote that Arnold had seen flying saucers. This was the first known term, or first use of the term, flying saucers, used in print. Yes, that was the Brady Bunch, trying to convince people that...
It's my spooky music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. 1962, the first prototype home video recorder was demonstrated at the BBC Studios in London. 1962.
It's about as big as a car.
Probably.
Had a pull start on it.
1990, New Kids on the Block's Donnie Wahlberg spent 2 days in the hospital after he fell through an unlocked trap door mid-concert in Saratoga Springs, New York.
Donnie?
Yeah. He's a pretty good actor.
Oh!
Well, he had the right stuff, not anymore.
Sorry. I cracked myself up.
So Donnie now on Blue Bloods.
Yeah.
Was on this day in 2000, Kiss auctioned off memorabilia from their touring days. You know, the old days. Back in 2000. Now they're on their farewell
Is this
forever
the third farewell tour?
something.
I don't know.
The items brought in $876,000 on the first day of a 2-day event. We don't have anything Kiss related in here, do we? You probably don't even have a Kiss CD back there.
I do have a Kiss CD.
He has platform
Don't be
boots
telling
too.
I use my moon boots.
Didn't we all?
Back in the day.
And 2019 on this day, the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge attraction fully opened to the public at Disneyland in Anaheim. Took less than an hour before it became so packed they had to turn people away.
You know, I just read that Disney is opening up a new Star Wars thing at, I believe, at Disney World, where it's like a resort. It's like an enclosed resort. You go in character. All the workers, everyone there, they're all in character. Everyone's costumed. You get a backstory.
That's not weird.
You know, and you spend the whole weekend or whatever it is, a week, whatever you pay for, and you pay through the nose, of course, Disney, and you live out this, you know, storyline, and people will approach you and try to give you secrets and get you involved in plots and stuff like that. Yeah, I know. You're like, I mean, it's part of it.
So it's not really a ride. It's
it's like a resort.
Oh, a whole resort.
And they, like I said, they give you a character and a backstory and a whole.
John will be like, "Hey, Princess Leia, give me a call."
Hey, slap. So I was just like, okay. And I guess it's like an arm and a leg, of course. And naturally, people just lining up to take my money, take it.
Well, it's like going to Comic-Con, I guess.
But you never leave.
That's your 2-cent history lesson for today, and we learned a little extra with the Disney World.
Well, I always try to.
You do what you can.
Yeah, I do what I can.
Rhonda Callahan from the Torch 180 joining us.
Yes, they had a big day yesterday at Torch 180, signing of this apprenticeship program, which I heard about in our news. And
you know, when I think of apprentices, I think of like a magician's apprentice, don't you? You know, it's like you're a runner-up, learning the tricks of the trade.
As long as you know how to sing. Good morning.
Hey, Rhonda, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Well, it sounds like you had kind of a ho-hum day the other day.
Yesterday?
No, it's a pretty big day for you guys at Torch 180. So for folks who missed it.
It really was.
Yeah, so you know, yesterday the signing ceremony where 3 of your students officially became apprentices, basically a paid internship, right?
It is. That's what it is. Yeah. It's a new grant opportunity that MCTI took advantage of, and they actually were hearing about it like 2 years ago, and they kind of floated it out there. They were like, "Hey, we thought of Torch 180. Would you guys be interested in helping to develop something like this?" And you know, we always say no to opportunities like that.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I don't, you know, what does that take? And nobody really knew because nobody had done a culinary apprenticeship before. But they were looking at all the different trades training that they do at the Michigan Career Technical Institute, and culinary is their most demanded program. And so, anyway, we started working on it. It really has been in the works for like the last 2 years, just trying to get it all so that it aligns with everything because, the government. And so, and then we got it done, and then all of a sudden, they were like, hey, would you like to have a signing ceremony? Because this is like, you're making history here. And I didn't really know what that even entailed, but I was like, sure, why not? It'd be nice to honor these guys. And I mean, they're working super hard. It's definitely pushing them.
Right. Well, when you look at it as far as like a signing opportunity like that and kind of a presser, if you will, they do it for high school athletes all the time. So why not? This is the next step for these students of yours.
Exactly. And I think that like one of the things that really, like, I didn't even know how much it meant to the three guys, you know, but they were all telling me before everybody got here, we were actually doing their class, and they were like, you know, I never in my life thought I would be doing something like this. I never thought that a signing ceremony, because they've seen them on TV all the time, and so I think sometimes I'm so caught up in, like, I got to get a table ready, and I got to get this, and I got to do that, and I kind of forget that, you know, that it's like they're like just kind of standing there in awe that people would do this for them. So
that's awesome.
It was very cool. There were tears and you know, just so much happiness in that room. Somebody who came to me and messaged and said that's the happiest event I've been to in a really long time.
Yeah, I mean, it was really nice that the students got, you know, a little spotlight on them, but of course Torch 180 as well, because this is the start of something. I mean, there's going to be more students, you know, down the road that are going to take part in this program. And hopefully other programs across the state will also start doing something like this as well.
I just wonder if this is going to eventually take off. I know you've got your partnership with Lawrence, but I mean, as far as other communities across the country picking up on what you've been doing at Torch and Torch 180, and kind of modeling themselves after that. Have you been contacted by any other organizations?
I definitely have, and I know Lawrence has this very innovative idea in terms of Torch 180 in California, and specific to the communities he's working in, he wants to develop culinary training for food trucks specifically. Yeah. Just because in LA County and out there, it's huge, and so he's like, that's what he's hoping once, you know, once they really feel in LA like they can, like, just kind of let him go and do what he needs to do. So, but I have had people from St. Louis have reached out, and they have said, hey, if you're ever ready to expand down here, we'd really like to talk to you. And we've developed, both of the business plans are developed so that they can be adapted. They're very fluid, because that was always my idea, you know, that we could offer things like this to these guys, not just you can come here, and I'm not trying to knock what's been done in the past, but you can come here and pretend like you're working, and you'll learn, because people do learn that way. But when you really put them in the situation, and sometimes it just takes me getting that fresh look. I was giving some people from the DOL a tour yesterday, and they were like, they just kept saying, wow, and everything it's just real. It's real, you know. If there's an upset customer, that's real. It's not somebody just, you know, faking it for them and things like that. And
but I do want to say, Rhonda, if you ever do need somebody come in and pretend to be upset, I'm your guy. I could come in and I could, you know, throw a hissy fit if you need that.
You need a repair crew.
If you need that training, you know, I could come be that dissatisfied customer. You know, get that real feel. Yeah. Just offering that service.
Okay, that would be great.
Great. Another angry guy. Yeah. Great, just what we need.
Put a pin in that one. Yeah. Right. All right. Speed dial.
But to what you're saying, I think it's interesting. Like you said, you know, each step in the Torch story, the Torch and Torch 180 story, each step builds on the step before it. And so you're moving along, and you try something new, and then you add something, and then it adds something, and it really does give this momentum to it. And now you've reached this particular speed, if you will, where you're really beginning to gain traction and kind of really moving it along.
Oh yeah, definitely, most definitely. We just had so much positive feedback yesterday, and different people from the government are like, we need to tap into this funding for you, and we need to tap into that, you know. And it's like, stuff that I've asked, and then, you know, now all of a sudden it's like these doors are going to start opening. So it's pretty cool. Yeah. It's a blessing. And then even for the guys to do it, like if you knew them when we first met them to where they're at now,
right?
It's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing.
Well, when we were there for your grand reopening, I mean, we popped into the kitchen real quick and said hello, and, you know, just sort of talked to them, you know, real quick. And I think,
John got asked to pull the trash. And,
right there. Oh, as long as you're here, hey, get over here. But you know, I think that, you know, through the years that we've interacted with your students, you know, and you know, and these are new students. You're always, you know, bringing in new students and new classes, and but they've gained confidence. I mean, I think that, you know, whereas before, I think sometimes they're very buttoned up and, you know, unsure. It seems like working there at Torch 180, it does open them up a lot more, and they're much more confident.
So, like even this
new class. I have a couple of students who have done some culinary work, and we were talking about, like, I was asking them how far they got in their surge safe, and both of them were like, oh, I failed that every time. Oh, I failed that. 3 times I failed that. You know, and they, like, look down, and I'm like, well, you're not going to fail it here, because here we teach it differently, and here you have an opportunity to learn the way you learn, and it's like I look at them and I just know they're going to pass. And then so many times they tell me, I've never passed anything in my life. These guys that have been doing the apprenticeship, we've actually been doing the bookwork training. And honestly, when I was first looking it over and writing the curriculum, I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, I hope I don't bury these guys. And the thing is that they're learning it, and they're telling me, man, I've never felt confident in my ability to learn like this. And like I taught them the purpose of homework and you know, to help you remember it, because and things like that. And so it's just cool just because I know they changed. I know, and I've had so many students tell me how being part of this changed their lives. And I honestly, it was kind of like the torch. We just wanted to feed people. And so then with this, I just wanted to give some people an opportunity. And it's like it's just been awesome. It's really awesome to be part of the whole journey.
And nice to see some of that effort recognized yesterday.
I think just to have such a positive attitude and be open to the possibilities, and then it just sort of builds to this natural spot. So.
Well, in doing our part to help the students keep learning, we're going to give away free lunch for 2 at Torch 180.
Right.
That's our part. So somebody gets to enjoy a meal for them and a friend. At Torch 180, we're reaching into the hopper right now.
All right.
Disguised as a laundry basket.
It's not a laundry basket.
No, it's not.
It
It's
is not.
a
Has a
hopper.
sticker on it.
All right.
Sue Halliday. Congratulations, Sue Halliday. You got lunch for 2 from Torch 180, and we'll be in contact with you, and you can make your arrangements.
Congratulations. Rhonda,
Awesome.
thanks so much once again.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you.
Yeah, we love you too, sir, Rhonda, and we will look for. Oh, but I wanted to mention we're going to have Brian on the show, Brian Smith from MCTI. He's going to join us on Monday's podcast, and we're going to talk more about what they do, and you know, specifically the apprenticeship program there at Torch 180. So, looking forward to that.
That's awesome. He's one of my favorite people. So cool.
Yeah.
Hey.
All right, Rhonda, have a great weekend. We'll talk to you next week.
You too.
Thanks.
Bye bye.
All right. What a great story right out of Fowlerville. So congratulations to the apprentices and to Rhonda as
It's
well.
pretty cool. I think it's a great movement. All right, Murphy's Family Auto, of course, proud supporter of Mike and John Got It Going On, and you can call them, schedule an appointment, 517-552-3040. Give Dennis and Glenn and the gang over there a call. They're open Saturdays now, 8 to 1, and if you tell them Mike and John sent you save 5% off your bill. Murphy's Family Auto, your car knows, murphysfamilyauto.com.
All right, a couple things going on. I guess there's Balloon Fest.
There's some
this
sort of thing with
weekend.
balloons in the sky.
Yeah, it's the 37th. I don't know if you can call it annual anymore because of the breaks with COVID, but it's the 37th Michigan Challenge Balloon Fest in Howell. So get ready for more traffic. No, you know, I think a lot of folks are going to be out there just because it's been so long since we've had a full balloon fest. So we'll see how this year
look,
goes.
and the weather looks like, you know, in terms it's going to be warm, but I don't think there's rain in the forecast. I know last year they got drowned out.
Yeah.
So hopefully they'll have a good weekend this weekend. A
Also,
fun balloon fest.
Big garage sale fundraiser being put on by the family of our good buddy
Larry Proud Jr. And of course they have this garage sale every year at their home on Triangle Lake Road, and the money that they raise from that is to financially help patients and their families at Mott Children's Hospital. Of course, Larry, well known at the hospital there, and of course he's undergone so many surgeries. There's such an inspiration of an individual who's undergone so much and just come out the other side with such a positive attitude. And so we love Larry Jr. and the money that they're going to be raising. It is for Friday and Saturday at 1936 Triangle Lake Road. And if you check it out on Facebook, you can find it there. And they've just got everything there. And it's a great garage sale, a great family. And
and part of the thing for this garage sale is they asked early on a few months ago, asking people if you have something you can donate that would go to this. So a lot of the goods there have been donated, or the majority of the goods there have been donated. And they were looking for not just stuff you want to get rid of. It
Right.
was stuff that's quality, things that
Exactly.
use
It's
around your
not
home and garages or what have you.
There's a difference between a rummage sale. You think of a rummage sale. This is higher end stuff. This is really nice stuff, especially some really nice furniture and clothing. And they've got tents set up, and it's very nice and it's well done. And they've been doing this for a number of years, so they've kind of perfected it. And again, it's going on Friday and Saturday at their home, 1936 Triangle Lake Road. You kind of can't miss it as you drive by. You'll see all the cars and traffic pulling over. It is a real fun event and a great family, all to help a great cause. And of course, you can go online to LarryProutCourageFund.org. And that's where the money's going to be going. And again,
Even if
benefiting.
you can't make it to the garage sale, you can make a donation. So
That's true. So again, helping out patients and their families financially who are at Mott Children's Hospital. So that's happening today and tomorrow,
all right,
Friday and Saturday.
we're getting into the weekend.
Yeah.
Can you stay out of trouble for 3 days?
No, I really doubt it. I'm not going to make promises I can't keep.
From now on, you're going to have to run stuff by the other guy on the show.
Well, you know what? I don't
Go
know.
Crazy.
I think I've had a bad effect because look what happened to Bonnie.
Yeah.
You know,
You
now
do run
Bonnie's
off.
swearing on the podcast, and I'm like, wow, okay.
I gotta believe it.
I thought I was going to get scolded. I really did. I thought, oh, I'm going to hear it, and
Maybe she hasn't seen it yet.
you know.
All right. Sometimes.
You've been giggling with Mike and John.
And what that guy was doing in the corner is not giggling.
Giggle?
Yeah, just keep your pants on, okay? That's our new slogan. Hey, keep your pants on.
And you, pull them up.
All right.
Post show.
So now we're to the post-show part of the program.
It's your day.
It is my day?
Yeah.
Why is it my day? Oh, to come up with post-show.
Yeah, it's for post show content.
Okay. Well, I just want to say.
Post show content.
Yeah.
Oh, that's PSC. Sorry.
Okay.
Well tired today.
All right.
All right. Go ahead.
Should I show the uncensored photo?
No.
No, you don't want to go.
So, you know what? Here's the thing. When that photo went up, and
The,
John
okay.
texts me, and I call
Yeah.
him, and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And I didn't have a chance to look at it. And I looked at it, and I go, "I can't unsee that."
Yeah, well, here's
I
the thing.
cannot
Here's what
unsee
happened.
that.
I was in the morning. It was morning. Had a few minutes. Had a busy day ahead, and I'm like, oh, I'm
Few
just,
drinks.
Well, yeah, that goes without saying. And scrolling through Facebook, I come across somebody, and the thing was, this photo had already generated all kinds of content and conversation on Facebook. People were already passing it, sharing it around, and basically the point of the conversation was the lack of oversight. You know what had happened at the local paper. You know, since Gannett bought them and it basically gutted them and that there was really no oversight, nobody in charge there, because previously, I mean, look, you would have somebody specifically whose job it was to kind of look at photos and go, okay, let's crop that out. Okay,
Yeah.
let's just shrink that photo down a little bit. And obviously, there wasn't that quality and control there. That was the basis of the conversation when I saw it on Facebook. I shared it with a little snarky comment like, okay, somebody else has more than just their trophy on display. Ha ha. I wasn't. Okay, then I had a bunch of stuff to do all day. I was busy all day. 5, 6, 7 hours later, I'm like, oh, I'm just checking on Facebook. I go back and I'm like,
See,
oh.
nobody's buying that. They
You
don't
know.
know that you were sitting there. I wonder how many people
Oh,
are going
yes,
to
I
get
was-
offended by this picture.
And so
And
I was
the
like,
hand
oh
thing.
my gosh. And it certainly drew a reaction. But
Yeah.
I think the original point of it, though, was the lack of, oversight that you see on that. But, as I said before, the one legitimate question was, if it was a female, would I have shared it as quickly? And
If it was a female, there'd be a lot more questions going on. Like,
Well,
what is she doing in
yeah,
the
but
guys'
you know what?
locker room?
But
Although that can happen these days. Would she be a
But
woman?
this
Would
is
not
the
be on
thing.
top of the
We
locker
all know,
with her pants
We
off.
all know that women are way more mature than guys. Okay,
Yeah.
just generally speaking, they're much more mature than guys.
Yes, they are.
Women would not. There's not. I can't imagine too many women that would be like, hee hee hee. It's funny. Oh, they're taking pictures. I'll think I'll whip my pants off.
Maybe the guy
That's a
didn't
guy
know.
thing all
Maybe
the
the
way.
guy didn't know the guy had the cameras were out.
I think he knew.
I
I think that was a typical. Check it out.
Let's see if it's the new dating app. pantless.
I mean, sit on top of a locker.
That's a classy guy.
All right, let's put this to bed.
Good night, John boy. See what I did there?
Good night, Richard.